Before we begin, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year to make all these special videos, so if you like the content here, please consider subscribing to help fulfill Project 10K. Thank you. Now on to the video. I got most of my Demolition Derby cars right after I started my YouTube channel. Only about a week after I started uploading, I became the first person to review the Walmart exclusive Rubber Tires Demo Derby cars, of which Liability is a part of. But I actually never found Liability. My dad ended up finding Liability when he was on a trip, and he found her in a Walmart several months later in March of 2018. At the very least, I ended up reviewing her in March of 2018. I don't know why I didn't find her at first, but I'm glad I was able to finally add her to my collection and review her back then. And that remains the only time I've ever reviewed Liability. In fact, I've only ever reviewed most of the Demolition Derby cars once, right when I first got them all in 2017. Whether it be the Walmart exclusive Demo Derby cars or that 5-pack with T-Bone that I got only about a week after I found those cars, most Demolition Derby cars have only been reviewed once on my channel, and they were among my first ever reviews. Meaning that a lot of my reviews are very outdated and poorly done. And it's not every day I get to re-review a Demolition Derby car. In all of my years of doing birthday requests and 25 days suggestions and regular suggestion reviews when I used to get them, or when I used to do regular suggestions, I rarely ever got requests or suggestions for Demolition Derby cars. And I don't really know why that is. I think that they're all really fun cars. Maybe they mesh together too much. I don't know, maybe people don't find them as interesting as some other characters they could request, but still, over the years, I've rarely been requested these, so it's always a treat when I get to take a look at one again. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review and to another birthday request here on the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Liability, one of the cars from the Thunder Hollow Demolition Derby. Now, this is her 2017 Rubber Tires release, and yes, Liability is a female character, as are many of the Thunder Hollow cars. This is her 2017 Rubber Tires release from that Walmart Demo Derby line. She's since been re-released, made in Thailand with non-rubber tires. I guess that's not a re-release, that's just a separate release. I only have the rubber tires one. I don't really feel the need to go out and buy the non-rubber tires one. You know, if the wheels are the only difference, I don't really need both versions, I don't think. This was a birthday request from Polish Toy Gamer 14. Thank you so much for the birthday request as always, and I hope you have a great birthday, and thank you for requesting Liability here, a very interesting character I haven't reviewed since March of 2018, so let's begin. Like most of the Demolition Derby cars, Liability is absolutely wrecked in her own unique way. You can see that Liability has the unique design of having this corner raised up and this corner raised up, making her look pretty funny from a lot of different angles. I think Liability is probably one of the least interesting Thunder Hollow cars when it comes to design, in terms of like paint job and stuff, but the mold certainly makes up for it, because it's just really funny to see from all these different angles. Like from the front, it doesn't look that bad. From the front, it honestly looks really cool. It almost looks like she's crawling forward, as you can see, the one tire sticking out and that great disgruntled expression. But as soon as I turn it to the side, or especially this side, it looks pretty funny, completely lopsided like this. What could have possibly happened to get her to be shaped this way? Like, what happened? What is the backstory behind a dent like this? Jeez, look at that. It's completely sticking up on both of these ends. She has this rocket design scribbled all over her. I've always commended the Demolition Derby cars for having these really nice homemade feeling paint jobs. And of course, Liability is no exception. She probably scribbled that rocket on herself, or I guess had somebody else do it, considering she's a car and probably couldn't reach herself. Which begs the question, how does Ramon repaint himself? Hold on. How do cars repaint themselves? How does that happen? Liability, do you know? Do you hold the secrets? No? Okay, well, you know what you do have. This flaming barrel. Liability, of course, came with an accessory in the Walmart Demo Derby line. She came with this flaming barrel, and she also came with a blue one. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where mine is right now, but you've probably seen these. They've been used several times. They've been re-released as well, like with Francis Beltline that one time a few years back. But yeah, one red barrel, one blue barrel. Several other cars came with those. Nicely dented and damaged and all that. Yeah, exact same mold. If I find the blue barrel in time. I will also put it in the thumbnail, but you guys know what they look like. I just wanted to add this as a little bonus. One of my favorite Cars accessories, really well detailed and very fun, and actually pretty useful in situations outside of the Demolition Derby. Flaming barrel is just a funny accessory to have in the diecast line. Anyway, moving on over, we have these little parts, of course, that stick up. They are these pieces that are on a lot of the Demolition Derby cars. I forget what it is. I believe it's some sort of piece to allow the exhaust to flow better or something like that. I don't entirely remember. A really cool detail about Liability is that she has tally marks on the side, presumably for the other cars she's knocked out. You can see she has a record of 17 cars that she's wrecked. Number 77 there with a rocket on the side, 77 on the roof, and that really nice mishmashed homemade feeling paint job. The matte paint certainly adds to that. On the back, let's see what she says. Most of them, of course, have little slogans on the back. Seek and destroy. Pretty fitting for a car with a missile painted all over her. You can see that we have these two stripes here. I thought maybe they were supposed to be a trail for the rocket, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The rocket is not really aligned with them, and it doesn't go on the roof or anything. And of course, there are two lines here and just one on the front. On the other side, it once again says seek and destroy, which is actually not on. Oh, wait. Oh, it does say seek and destroy. Wow. I completely missed that. The colors are really like meshing together. Is that better off camera? No, you can barely make out that there's text there. That's a really strange color choice there. But at the very least, you can make it out on the other sides. Of course, we have her nicely painted green wheels and those nice rubber tires, which also have that nice homemade painted feel to them in terms of the design and all that. Finally, there's a look at her base, and there you have it. Liability. A pretty fun Thunder Hollow car, a pretty underrated one in my opinion. Maybe not the first car you think of when you think of the Demolition Derby, but certainly a pretty fun design. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you once again, Polish Toy Gamer, for the request. Hope you have a great birthday. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.